I don't think I can say that I enjoyed The Last of Us Part 2. You see, it's a tough thing when you end up liking a game so much. And then it's nothing like what you would expect. Take Simba here, for example. Simba's cute, he's cuddly, he's the complete package. Now let's say he grew up to be a saber-toothed tiger. While it is a shock value proposition, it would be a poor man's writing gambit. And that's exactly what Mr. Neil Cuckmann has done in his creation of the politically correct, up-in-your-face, lesbian machado game that is The Last of Us Part 2. Now, I have no problems with lesbians. I have no problems with women kissing women. God knows I've frequented, or my audience has frequented many sites, or whoever is watching this video, I'm sure you have, where that sort of action is preferred. The problem becomes when things don't make sense. That's really the problem. That's the problem here. So Joel's a complete idiot. Ellie is completely weak, even though she kills a bunch of NPCs. When it comes down to those pivotal moments, she's a weak character. Abby looks like she's been snorting and injecting a lot of roids into her system to maintain her body mass index. That's a problem. That's a really big problem. Yeah. That doesn't even sound right, you know? And doesn't sound right, does it? No. That's a problem. It's not that people who hate the game are homophobic or bigots. It's just that they hate poor storyline. To do such an injustice with certain characters in a very poor fashion, and to claim what I would consider is the creator's right, is where a creator goes, well, I helped the first game. It's like, not really, Neil, you didn't. Bruce Straley did. Thank God you had a muzzle on you. And to bastardize it for the sake of shock value, and then to openly admit on a podcast that you swapped models and you did this and you did all that, and you're taking a lot of pride in saying, I protected the story. It's not gonna fly. What you pretty much did was false advertise a game that you knew people wanted, and then you subverted expectations for what they did not want. And now you think you're some kind of genius? Now that you've realized your own cheap man's Game of Thrones Season 8, which was already pretty bad, you think you're deserving of something much greater? Can you believe him? Can you believe Neil Cuckmann? Oh no. Oh, he doesn't want anything to do with Mr. Cuckmann. And I don't blame him. See, look at me subverting Simba's expectations here. Want the toy? No toy for you. That's right. Do you like the game? He doesn't like it. So you see, the problem with subverting expectations is it creates what's, for people who don't have critical thinking, or so have their heads so far up their own ass that they're egocentric and they think, this baby's all cooked and this is a masterpiece, and everyone's sucking and fucking for that PlayStation 5. It's a problem. It's a really big one. And I would just say that to anybody, if they don't know this already, it is definitely just this is probably my last video on this subject matter, because I'm not going to try and milk it. I just really believe that The Last of Us Part 2 deserves to die. Doesn't he? Doesn't it deserve to die? Yes, he does. So anyways, yeah, those are my thoughts. And Neil Cuckmann, you can be confused as much as you want, but you try to evoke a certain reaction, and when you got that reaction, you're upset about it, and you're like, I don't understand why I got this reaction. What is wrong with you? Do you not understand doing certain things in certain ways lead to certain reactions from a majority populace? It's almost as if he thought that killing Joel in the way that he did would get people to love him. Of course not. And then to force us, injury to insult, to play as Abby, to play as her, That's crappy. Shame on you, Neil Cuckmann.